Hey guys, Martijn here from VMware TV in 2018. So I'm going to be doing a lot of community deep dives this year. The VMware community is one of the biggest in the world and one of the most outreaching in the world. So if you have a question, if you have a problem, just reach out to the V community, as we call it, and they will actually help you. Those are non-VMware employees, those are just community guys. And I've got a bunch of cool people lined up for you. Starting off is my very good friend, Martijn Jovanovic. And Matt, tell me who you are and what you do.
Hi. Well, you know me. I go by Matt. I'm leading Cloud COE at Logicalis, European Cloud COE, and I come from networking background, and I've been active in VMware community since you guys appeared with NSX, one of my favorite products right now, and I've been pretty active in the community, I guess for the last 3-4 years mostly.
So you just mentioned prior to this interview, you mentioned you work part of 2 communities actually inside the larger V community. What are those and what do they do?
Okay, so first of all, I've had a blog for a while, mattscloud.com, if someone wants to visit it. And like a few years ago, I started noticing that people have this like vExpert, VCDX on their blogs, and I started wondering what that is. So first I thought like, oh, that must be for some like really insanely good guys that are. And then I started getting more and more into the benefits and stuff, and I realized that it's for normal people. Us bloggers who are active in the community, we can also get a take on that. And I applied like maybe last year for the vExpert NSX, and since I'm working on my VCDX, I did a submission. Hopefully I'm defending this year in December. Fingers crossed for that. So I entered I guess like last year into the vExpert NSX, and in all the Slack channels. I've been pretty active since then.
Yeah, and what would you say is the most the most thing that you get out of it? So the most important thing.
Oh yeah, okay, so that kind of blew my mind. I wasn't expecting people to be so helpful and so forward with everything, especially in the Slack channels. Everyone is so eager to help you, whatever problem you might have, whatever challenge you might be facing. There are people who actually take the time out of their lives to chat with you and help you with whatever regardless if it's like a technical issue or something you're talking to a customer or you want to implement something. And it's just that feeling of being a part of that group of people is just awesome. I really love it.
Yeah. So you mentioned they help you on a Slack channel. So that's like a chatting application. So what happens? You post a question and then people jump on it, or what happens?
Well, I'm kind of used to being active in the community, so that came natural to me. So I started using Slack, and I just started, listening to the conversation. When someone else had a question, I was kind of answering if I knew the answer. Like, oh, guys, I tested this one. This is like an awesome product. Test, NSX TV. This is the difference and stuff. And then I think when people detected that I was vocal, my questions also got responded faster. And yeah, I kind of got into that, rock and roll with the entire Slack group. Well, I'm part of 2 of them, like one of them is VCDX community, which is pretty strong, and the other one is vExpert one, which is I guess even stronger. And I'm vocal on both of them, and I really love it.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a big family solving problems together. Is that a right summarization?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Plus you get the free licenses, so
yeah, that's always good.
That.
Benefits for the masses. So you just joined the vExpert program. What most what did you learn? What did you learn from the community? What did you get knowledge-wise? You mentioned you were working on your VCDX, so that's a major project, and it requires a lot of knowledge, I think.
It does, and I think when you're working on the VCDX, there's no place, regardless, like there's a lot of blogs out there, but there's no real place where you can read what it's about. So you actually need people, like it takes a village. Yeah. That's what they say. So you having those people in like one channel and eager to help you, whatever, because for example, I started mocking and my first mocks were just a disaster. I had the design and I was like a super architect, but I was destroyed on the first mocks. But they really helped me understand what the program was about. So I think one of the biggest benefits I got was people destroying me my first times and me learning a lot and improving it more, and also me helping other people, seeing their mistakes, seeing their good sides. So I really learned a lot, because it's a rare opportunity for you to be surrounded by that many awesome people and cool people who can really help you, and you can help them, and you really kind of get something out of it.
Yeah. So it's a power step into your career, basically, because you have a lot of you have an army of colleagues helping you out wherever you need.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. It's an army of awesome people.
Yeah. Cool. So you mentioned your blog. How active are you, and what do you write about? And tell us a little bit about it.
So I guess I'll say something every blogger is always saying, like, I should be blogging more. So I started like, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, when I was preparing my CCIE at Cisco. And then slowly I got into other like cloud products, NSX when it appeared. So now I'm blogging, like, I'd say I do 7-8 posts a year. Not many, but I really make them mature. And they're mostly about new stuff, like why NSXT, Kubernetes integration, why DevOps, CI/CD, and all that stuff that I guess is I'm detecting the interest in the community, and I see a lot of questions, for example, in the group, and I say, like, this might be a good idea to blog about.
So that's like a feedback loop that you get information from the community, see their questions, and then put it into a blog post to put it back into the community. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. You mentioned the CCIE, so Cisco. So you're a pretty hardcore networking guy, I would say.
Well, I used to be. I used to be a networking guy. So here's what's happening right now. Well, you know, this the entire DevOps culture is merging everything together, so the silos have to disappear. So people who come from networks need to learn more stuff, and also people who come from storage and stuff. So that came in quite handy. I have a strong networking background, but I learned quite a lot about automation with vRealize Suite, and of course, like with vSAN and all that. I entered into the other areas, and vExpert is a mixed community. There are experts of all sorts, and when you have a question that's like something completely out of your field, people don't make fun of you. And I really appreciate that sometimes. When I ask like a super dumb question, there's always someone who understands where I'm coming from and says, like, oh, look, this is like this. Yeah. And I try to, do the other way around the same way. When someone asks a dumb networking question, I try to approach it from,
from a different viewpoint.
Yeah.
So if you were to give any advice to anyone that wants to get into a similar situation that they can reap the benefits of the V community, what would you suggest?
I guess the first thing would be to start blogging about what you're good at. Like, start blogging about whatever. And once you do that, you kind of enter the loop. You start getting some feedbacks. Someone answers like, yeah, this is awesome. I love this post. Thank you so much. You saved my life. And then you get motivated and you explore what the other guys have done. And once you enter into the entire Twitter community, blogging, vExpert game, I think you can immediately start feeling the benefits and the feeling awesome about all that.
Yeah. Okay. So, any last words before we close this one off?
I recommend everyone to apply for vExpert. Just apply and check out what it's about. You get so many promotions, so many new features of the new products. You're the first one to find out. And sometimes you get to give the feedback to the guys who are developing it, to the BU, about some new features that they're considering deploying. So just go for it. If you don't get it, you'll see what you've been missing. You check out the other blogs, what the other guys are doing and you're not, and just start doing it. And I think it's definitely worth it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mateo, for this time.
Thanks for having me.
And good luck in your pre-tour.
Thank you.
Thank you.